Hey PJs, welcome back to another video. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe down below to become part of my PJ squad, which is always awesome. And as always, comment down below what you guys would like to see next, or if you just want to hop down there and say hello, I'll be answering as many comments as I can. So today I'm reviewing Sonria slime, which has been requested by quite a few of you, so today I'm finally doing that. I purchased 3 slimes, one is an 8 ounce and 2 are 7 ounces. In the package I got these extras, which came with a business card, some borax, and some citric acid, which if you guys didn't know, melts slime. I also absolutely love this little borax not drugs thing, it's so adorable. And then I also got some candy. So I am going to show you guys really quickly these containers. And I will be speaking fast, so I hope you guys can keep up. But basically, there has been a lot of stuff going around that Sonria Slime sends 6 ounces instead of like 8 ounces or 7 ounces or whatever. But if you guys can see, all 3 that I got are supposed to be 7 ounces and then an 8 ounce. But they are different. As you guys can see, I'm comparing them here and they are the same size. I also compare them to Slime Sweet Bee and my Happy Hobby Slimes, which are both 8 ounces or are labeled as 8 ounces on their websites. And you can guys see the big difference. Now, I will say the cool thing about all of these, you can see the 8 ounces on the bottom, and this one on the left, which is called Carnival Donuts, is labeled as an 8 ounce, but it's also the same size as the other ones that are labeled 7 ounces that are from Sonria Slime. But the one from Slime Sweet Pea is labeled as 8 ounces, so I have no idea what it's supposed to be, but I did want to point that out since there is such a big difference in ounces. But anyways, moving on, this is brown sugar oat milk, and it comes with this little baggie of some type of extras, which I've actually never seen, but it was in the slime, which I guess works. I could definitely see it getting lost, but I've just never seen that before. But I absolutely love the Avalanche on this one. It is so beautiful, and I've just gotten into a lot of Avalanche slimes lately because they're just so satisfying to mix, and this one is so satisfying just like the rest of them. And I also love the color. Like, it looks like creamer going into coffee, and it's just bliss. And just like how I said that it looks like creamer, it honestly to me smells like creamer as well. I would assume it's like the oat milk scent that they were going for, but I personally smell creamer and just the hint, like the tiniest, less than 1% hint of coffee in there, but mostly creamer. But I think it smells awesome, and I also kind of smell hints of brown sugar, so I think it fits the name perfectly. After mixing it together, it becomes a very beautiful color of maybe coffee and creamer. It looks really realistic with a tint of red in it. Now, my camera doesn't like to pick up red. I have no idea why, but on here it definitely looks more brown, which I do like better, but in real life, I guess, it looks more red tinted, if that makes sense. It's hard to describe. I also love the texture when it combines fully. It becomes like a stretchy, really glossy, putty-like texture. It's hard to describe because it feels kind of like a putty, but it's super stretchy at the same time. And the bubble pops are absolutely immaculate. Like, something about clear slimes and white slimes together just make the greatest bubble pops, so that was awesome. And overall, I did really enjoy this slime, especially those bubble pops, but I am going to give it 5 out of 5 pajamas. Next up, we have pumpkin spice latte, which I will say I did get because I'm just sick and tired of summer, honestly. I hate summer with a burning passion. Nothing about it is good to me, but I got this one because it's just gonna get me excited for fall, and you know I'm gonna smell this one every 2 seconds so that I can get even more excited. And honestly, some like coffee and fall is just a vibe, so I had to try this one. Now let me tell you, it has one of the weirdest textures I think I've ever felt. It feels like it has a ton of cornstarch in it. Now hear me out. The reason I say that is because, okay, well first of all, it's really hard to show on camera because there's not a good way to do this, but when you like just kind of touch it really softly, it kind of sinks onto your hands almost like it's underactivated, but when you stretch it, it has a resistance to it the farther you pull and the faster you pull, which I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, well, yeah, that's how a normal slime works. But it has the resistance that like Oatmilk has. It's so hard to describe, but I've added cornstarch to my slimes before. I haven't added a ton, but I could tell you it has the same feel to it. So I'm not sure if that's what it was or if it was just a different type of glue. I did like the base. It was just interesting. Mixing in the clay was super satisfying, but I will say it did scare me for a good 2 minutes because it got super stiff and like I thought it was going to stay that way, but it didn't, thankfully. But another interesting thing is it also kind of magnified the texture that I was talking about with the base. It definitely has a lot more resistance to it, but honestly, I think I like it. At first I didn't, but at the same time, it's making it incredibly holdable. Like, I don't think this thing would melt if you put it on the sun, and that kind of sounds bad, but I promise it is awesome, and it would be a godsend for hot hands. Like, there's so many people I know that have hot hands, and I think they would thoroughly enjoy this one because it is just so holdable. I also love this scent. It pretty much smells exactly how you think it would, except minus the coffee. So to me, it smells like pumpkin. It kind of smells bakery-ish. It smells really good, and of course, like I said, it's getting me excited for fall. So this one gets 5 out of 5 pajamas. I love this texture so much. And lastly, we have Carnival Donuts. This one did not have any labels on it whatsoever. I was kind of confused about it, and normally I would say maybe they forgot, but there was 2 labels that were missing off this one, so I have no idea what happened. This slime comes with 3 clay donuts and some cornstarch that you get to add to the slime yourself, and I absolutely love the DIY aspect to this one. In this, I just try to show you guys how I added the powder to the donuts, which was really fun. I kind of didn't like it at first, but it was actually quite fun. And of course, what would my videos be without something dumb happening? I had a donut just decide to leave the area and just roll almost all the way off the table, so don't mind that. He just left. But besides that, it was really fun to mix this together. I don't think I've ever actually had a butter clay floam type of slime before, and I loved the concept of this one. Like, anything rainbow in slime just looks so beautiful, and I love clay-based slimes. I love DIY, so everything about this one I just loved. I will say I didn't like the presentation of this slime. Firstly, it did not come with any labels on it. And secondly, although the container that the donuts came in was super cute, this slime is never going to fit back in its original container. As you guys could tell with the last slime, it did come with an extra container so I could fit the overflow in that, which I absolutely loved. But that obviously wasn't the case with this one, so unfortunately for people who don't have extra containers, they just can't keep that extra overflow slime. You can always solve this by adding an extra container, or you can leave the base a little lower in the container, that way it has room for the clay. But back to the slime, it was very beautiful. It did have a slight stickiness kind of, no matter how much I activated, so I did not enjoy that, but other than that, I did enjoy this one. And as far as I could tell, it was unscented. I am going to give this one 4 out of 5 pajamas just because of that stickiness, the fact that it was unlabeled, and the fact that it didn't really have anywhere to put overflow slime. But with that, that is the end of the review. If you guys want to see the clips of these, like mixing and stuff without me talking, I do upload them on my TikTok, which is linked in the description of every video, so you guys could go check that out. But other than that, I am signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.